G'day guys, it's Fraser here from the Greg Chappell Cricket Centre. Today I'm going to run you through some differences between the different materials that are used in some of the pads these days. We do get some questions asked about cane pads, foam pads, etc. I'm going to give you a bit of a spiel that hopefully clears a few things up for you. So we'll start here. I've got some extreme versions here just so you can really determine the difference between the two. Now what we've got here, we've used this as an example. Puma are basically the kings of high density foam pads. Now what we talk about there is it's a full foam based pad, so it's not as traditional as the cane runners. These are actually very light and they're usually a little bit groovier, a little bit niftier looking, like so. Now the beauty about this is the foam in this pad in particular is very high and is very dense, so it does offer a lot of protection and it's extremely light. So when you do compare it against some cane pads, the cane pads are generally heavier. But that is a very extreme example of a foam based pad. So quickly to sum it up, very high levels of protection and extremely light. We'll then move on to the old traditional style pad. Now this is a cane based pad, so if you have a look at the front, if you saw cricket pads years and years ago, they would have looked a lot more like this than what they did that. So this is traditional, this is modern, I guess you could say. So the cane pad here, we've got cane runners running up the front of it. Now these generally offer more protection, but they're heavier. So again, each pad's got their positive and negative. There are blends between the two. Some pads you'll see have cane running up the centre. They have high density foam on the side, so that's to counter, to keep the weight down and to keep the protection levels high. So a pad like this is the extreme version and mixture of the two. So it's a high density foam and cane based pad, so it is still that traditional look. Some of them don't look as traditional as this. It's got your cane runners running up the front, but each of these cane runners is actually reinforced with the high density foam, similar to what's used in this pad there. So there's certainly combinations. Generally speaking, if you're after a super light pad, you will try and lean towards something that's more high density foam. If you're after more protection, or you're not so much worried about the weight, especially in lower end pads, you generally go with something that's got a bit more cane in it. So hopefully that clarifies a few differences between cane and high density foam pads. Thanks for watching guys, and make sure you subscribe. And for more information on this particular product, just click the link below.